being recorded.
So we'll go for another type of method called static method. So types of methods in class, we define instance method, class level method, and static method. So how we go for instance method, you learn what is self also you learn, plus what is class level method you learn how to define it, plus what is CLS also you got it. And now you will go for what static method we will take. So what is the use of this static method? Now we are going to write it. Very simple. So let me move to the further. Students, go to the PyCharm and try to understand the importance of it. So I'll go to this all apps PyCharm here. So there I am going to take up. Come in. So here 7 books. These are the various types of methods we understood. Now we are coming to static method importance. Carefully try to understand, students. Now I'm going to do something like this. Static method, example 1, example1.py. Static method example1.py. Very easy. So there I am going to define what is the use of static method, how we use this static method, all those things we will discuss it. Here, class, take it as employee. In this place employee, I will define one method, get emp data of self. You know, self.envo is equal to int of, input of, enter, employee number, emp number, enter emp number. Self.name is equal to ename. Self.ename is equal to input of, there I will write it, enter employee name, emp name. So self.sal is equal to float of, input of, enter employee salary, enter emp salary. Okay, done. So this is about the class called employee. So next I will define one more kind of class. So in one program I can have any number of classes, right? So I'm going to take up student, I will take it, student. There also I will take it, DEF, get STUD data, Okay, there I will write it, self.snvo is equal to int of, input of, enter, student number, self.sname is equal to input of, enter, student name, enter student name. Okay, this is one more kind of class, one more type of instance method. Now I'm going to take it, one more type of thing, class teacher, DEF, get teacher data, there I will write it, self.tnvo is equal to input of this data I will carry, self.tnvo is equal to I will carry this data, shall write it teacher number. Next I will pass it teacher name, there I will get it t name. Next I will get it self.subject, sub is equal to input of enter teacher subject. Like that I am having some type of details, students, some type of details. So get teacher data. I got number, name, subject, like that I am getting it. So class called a teacher get EMP data one function. So I'm doing what here? Creating main program. So how many objects I'm creating? EO is equal to employee of, TO is something like SO is equal to student of. Next I'm writing one more is TO is equal to teacher of. What are these lines are called? What are these lines are called? Creating the objects of various classes. Why are you creating object? Why are you creating object? To store data. Create objects of different classes. Different classes. Okay. We created it. And there is no data present in EO, SO, TO. And we are mentioning instance data member inside the methods. So to get the data for EO, which method I have to call? Which method I have to call? Get EMP data I need to call. So that function I need to call. Get EMP data I need to call. So go to this place, call EO dot get EMP data. EMP data. So that it will go to this place and read the employee data. Immediately you go for EO TO SO dot get which data? Student data. So it will go to student class and it will read this data. Next I will write it TO dot, what is this now? Get teacher data. So it will go to teacher class and call this method. Understand? So we are getting different type of values in this. So here I am writing get the data for different objects by calling the instance methods. These are all called instance methods or not? So now I want to go for display this data. Display. I want to display this data. How do you display this data generally? According to your knowledge so far, how do you display this data? Generally, according to this programming, yesterday's and today's programming, based on yesterday and the day before yesterday programming, how do you display this data? Generally, if I am a student, I will tell, sir, in employee class, define one method, DEF, display what data? EMP data, EMP data of self. You print what? You print in the same class. Print of what? Employee number, employee number. There I will define it. Dot format of self dot ENO. Like that, I will write it. Another statement I will write. Like that, another statement I will write it. Like that, another statement I will write it. Because three things I am reading, three things I need to display, right or not? Similarly, in the student class also, what I will define? DEF, display STUD data. There also I need to write how many lines? Two lines. Two lines for displaying the data. These two lines I need to write it again. Similarly, I need to write what again? DEF, display teacher data. There also I need to define three lines of code. That means in every line of code, in every class, to display it separately, I need to write one instance method or not. Today, if I have 20 classes, 20 times I need to write a define, define, define. This is going to be one of the time consuming process. So we don't want to do this. So I don't want to do this process. I don't want to do this process, student. I don't want to define this. So I don't want to go for defining inside of each class also. Teacher class also, I don't want to define. Why I don't want to define? Because I don't want to go for writing the same display method again and again, displaying the object of any class. That is our motive, right or not? Display the object of any class. any class by defining single method, by defining single method. One method only I want to display. Are you getting me? That is the method I called which method? Static method. So static method will display the result of any method. That's why static method will not see that whether it is a present class or different class, it won't see. It will display the result of any class. That itself is a method called what? Static method. Static method. That static method I want to define. That static method I want to define. Tell me, every method of Python belongs to what? Hmm, update. Every method of Python belongs to what? Hmm? What is the definition of class? What is the definition of class? Collection of data members, methods. What is my question? What is my question? Every method of belongs to dash. What is the definition of class? Class is a collection of data members and method. Every method of Python belongs to dash class. In the definition only it is there. Object allow how it is. No, it's very wrong. Every method of Python belongs to what? Class. Every function of Python belongs to dash. Hmm? Every function of Python belongs to what? Yamini. Perfect. Module. Every function of Python belongs to module. Module dot function name. Object dot method name. What is the difference between function and method? Method belongs to the class. Function belongs to the module. Functions comes in functional programming. Methods will come in object-oriented programming. So now I'm going to define a simple method. Which method I'm defining? Def. I need to take one class. What is the class name? Class HYD. HYD is a class. There I'm defining the method. Which method I'm defining? Static method I'm defining. If I take it, normal method define, display object data. Display object data. If I write it, it is taking by default self. Now, if I write it here, at the rate what? Class method. If I write it at the rate class method, if I write it CLS is coming. But today I don't want what? These methods I don't want. Which method? To make any method as static, some extra parameter you need to specify, some extra decorative value you need to specify. They said that anytime if you want to define any method as static, write at the rate static, DEF display object data. It won't give you either self or CLS. It won't take any self or CLS. Self means what? Current class object. CLS means what? Current class name. It won't take any such type of what? Current class name, current class object will not take. It will take some different class objects. So this method is doing the service for what? Other class object. That's why it is performing what operation? Utility operation or universal operation. Because it is providing the purpose for what? Other class methods it is performing. Are you following me? So how we can do that? That I'm going to pass it. So how do you pass this data? Now I'm going to take up HYD dot HYD dot. What is the method name? Display object. Static method to be called with respect to what? Class name. Every static method must be called with respect to class name. Class level method also called with respect to what name only? Class name only. This method also will be called with respect to class name. But what is different? Their decorator is different. Decorator. What is the decorator name? At the rate static method. Okay. So there I will pass what here? I will pass EO. I will pass EO. What is EO? Is an object. Once you are passing an object of some different class, definitely I need to take one parameter or not. What is this I'm passing here? something like obj data, obj data. So EO is passing to whom? Obj data. Next, I'm going to pass it HYD dot. What is the next one? HYD dot. Next, I'm going to take it what? Same method. I'll pass what? SO. SO. Next, I'm going to take up HYD dot. What next? TO. TO, I will pass it. What is what is EO, SO, TO are called objects of different classes. So first time EO data present in where? Object data. SO data present in where? Object data. One by one. When it is calling, it is printing. Now I want to display. Here, one most important sentence I want to tell you at this stage. Because these are all called in-depth discussion about the object. Students, whenever I am going to say line number 24, EO is not containing any data inside. EO is not containing any data inside. No. TSO also not containing anything inside. TO also not containing data anything inside. The moment when you go to the line number 30, the moment when you go to the line number 30, what will happen? EO is going to contain the data like this. What it contains? EO dot get EMP data. What this EO contains? It is containing ENO colon, ENO colon, the value which you are entering 100. Next is called E name colon, what you are entering, salary, what you are going to contain is called 1.5, for example. This is the data you entered in the form of what function? EMP data reading. The moment when EO is containing this data, internally, this entire data is present in the form of key comma value pair. It is present. Key comma value pair. Key comma value pair means what? Inside the object EO, the data present in the form of dictionary. Inside of that object, the data present in the form of what? Dictionary. So how do you get this dictionary data? Actually, this is called getting the internal details of the object. How do you get this data? Generally, you can call EO.ENO, EO.ENAME, EO.SAL that I already said. Another way of getting this data is EO dot. There is one type of inbuilt magical variable name underscore dict, you will write it. Underscore dict, you will write underscore dict. EO dot underscore dict, and you will write underscore here. This is known as which mechanism? Which mechanism it is called? EO dot underscore dict underscore. That will give you this data in the form of what it will print? Dictionary format it is going to print. So in general, every object by default contains what internally? One empty dictionary will present. Empty dictionary will present. So that I want to show you. Are you following me? So now I'm going to take up this data. First you keep a comment here. This I'm going to keep a comment. So I'm going to keep a comment here. So here I will keep it. Multi-line comment I kept. Here I want to write it. Print of employee data, EMP data is equal to comma EO dot underscore dict. Are you following? What it prints? There was no data present in that. What is the next data? What is the next data? Student data. SO dot. SO dot. Next is called what again? Teacher data. Teacher data. Teacher data. This is going to contain TO dot dict like this. Try to run what it will print. Empty braces will print. Try to run this. What it is printing? Indentation problem. So what is that indentation here? Everything is perfect. So where is the line number? Line number 26. Line number 26, what indentation is there? EO dot. So for a moment to try to take out. Here we say hmm, line number 21. Okay. Line number 21 pass. Okay, I did not see that. So here you try to run this now. You are going to get it what? Empty data is present. Empty data. Students, you know, you remove this part. You remove this part. After doing this kind of thing, after reading the data, you try to print the same lines like this. After reading the data, you print like this. You print like this. So try to print of some backslash n I am giving. You print this data, students. Try to print this. See that enter employee number 100, something like RS. Employee salary is 3.4. Student number is called something to 200. So something like, something like some SS, and I'm going to write it. Teacher number is called 300. Something like a subject is called Python. I'm entering. What is happening? You see, it is printing the employee data in the form of dictionary, printing in the form of dictionary, again printing in the form of dictionary. So earlier it is containing what data? Empty dictionary. It is containing non-empty dictionary. So every object contains the data in the form of what? Dictionary. So this point you try to keep it aside. If you want, you can take this data. I want to go for keep this data out. Now I want to get this data. This data, now I'm going to keep a comment, remove the comment, go to this place. Here I'm going to remove this. I want to print it. Tell me, how do you get this data? How do you get this data? EO data present in where? Object data. How do you print the data now? OBJ data, print of, what is this data? OBJ data, dot what? Underscore dicta. You can say whatever the data is going to come and falling in where? OBJ data. But I'm printing with what? OBJ data, not double underscore dicta. I'm writing it. Online students, try to understand, execute. Here I'm not printing anything. I'm printing inside the static method. You want to say inside of which method? Static method. Inside of static method. Try to run this. Enter the number here. Some RS, say some 3.4. Student number is 300. Something like, SS. So some 23, some 23, something like this. And Python, I'm going to say. See, students, inside the static method, got the data. Inside the static method, got the data. Inside the static method, got the data. That data I want to go for displaying in the form of what? And moreover, you want to print in a systematic manner. Which data this is? Employee. Employee. Here you are writing. Here you are saying again called what? Student, I will pass it. Here I will write it. Teacher. Teacher, I am going to pass it. Here I will write it. Here I am writing OBJ info. Second parameter I am writing. So, EO passing. Object name is passing. I want to print it here. Print. What I'm writing? Object information. Object information. Dot format of what? Information. Dot format of OBJ info. Now I need to print the data. Which data I need to print? The data present in where? Obj data. I already printed with what? Dict. Now I want to print separately. How do I print? For for data member name comma data member value in where? Obj data dot underscore dict dot what? Items. Basically, this is I'm getting the data of OBJ in the form of what? A dict. I'm applying what? Items. Very, very important logic. Print what? I'm writing backslash T and I'm writing like this and saying like this. Dot format of what is this now? Data member name comma data member value. Data member name comma data member value. Print off like this. Print off like this. Try to execute. Try to execute. And see this data. It's already entered so many times. RS 4.5. Student number something like 200. And say some name is called Rajesh. So I'm writing student number, teacher number is called 300. So I'm writing like this. And Python I'm entering here. So we are going to get it here. Employee object information got the data. Student object information got the data. Teacher object information got the data. This is which method is displaying this? Which method is displaying? Static method. So static method significance is what? Simple one method. One simple method is giving you what? All the methods, all the objects data, right or not? One method is displaying all the objects data, irrespective of its type. Is it doing universal operation or not? Universal operation or utility operation, miscellaneous operation, it will be done. So you are understanding the significance of HYD and doing this type of logic here. Clear or not clear? So what is the use of static method? Use of static method is performing what? Instead of writing separate method in the respective classes, I'm writing a single method performing which operation? It is useful to employee, student, and then teacher. Anybody's data can be defined here. So it is known as what operation? Universal operation. Any object data, you can perform the operation inside of this method. So it is known as utility or universal operation. Understood this point? One more example I want to go for it. Let us look at the another example on static method. How I am calling the static method? By using which name? Class name we are going to do it. One more example I want to do it. Try to follow this. Now I'm writing static method example 2. Universal operation means what? Take an example of calculator. Take an example of calculator. What calculator will do? It will be used by businessmen. It will be used by software engineer. It will be used by what? It will be used by what? Student. It will be used by any person can use it, right or not? Calculator is called which operation? Miscellaneous operation. It is the universal operation. Any person can use this calculator example. Calculator program used by everybody. So calculator related program is known as which operation? Utility operation we can call. Such utility operation is also called as universal operation. So one more example I am going for static method example 2. Static method example 2. Static method example 2.py. So I'm taking one class. What is the class name? What is the class name? Arithmetic. Arithmetic. DEF get values. Get values I'm taking. There I'm writing self dot A is equal to float of input of enter first value. Enter first value. Next I'm writing self dot B is equal to what is the next term? Float of enter second value. Second value I'm taking. Second value I'm taking. Next I'm taking self dot OP operator I'm taking. Which operator you want to perform on those two? Enter operator name. Operator name. Enter operator name. to perform an operation, to perform an operation, to perform an operation. So we are taking self dot A, self dot B, self dot OP. Now I want to go for it. That you leave it. Coming to the main program here. Coming to the main program. There I am going to write it. AO is equal to arithmetic of. Arithmetic of. So right now AO contains which it contain AO dot. What is this now? Underscore dict. Try to execute. Empty is containing. Now I want to call the data. What is the function name? AO dot get values. After get values, I want to print my data once again. You execute it, see the value, empty beginning, value called 10, value called 3, and I'm doing the operation called star. Star means what? Multiplication, I want to do it. So ABC in the form of dictionary is available. OP is like this. Now I want to do the calculator logic. Calculator logic, I want to do it. So how do you do this calculator logic? That is my main target here. After reading these values, now I'm going to take up one more static method. Class something like calculator. Inside of that, at the rate static method, at the rate static method, there I'm writing DEF operation. There I'm writing here operation. What is an operation is going to take? One object it will take. One object it will take. Pass I will write it. What I will do? Calculator dot. What is the function name? Operation. And you pass what? AO. What is AO? Object of arithmetic. What AO contains? Two values. One symbol is there. Print of. You execute it. Obj dot underscore dictive. Underscore dictive. Calling static method with respect to class name. See that here I am using writing like this. 3 and then 4 and then say slash divided by. This is printed inside the static method. Any symbol, any arithmetic symbol I can apply. That particular operation I want to do it. Tell me, how do you do it now? Come on, start. How do you do it now? What are the values present in OBJ? OBJ will contain what here? OBJ will contain what? A value, B value, and then OP. OP symbols, arithmetic operator symbol. Arithmetic operator can be enter arithmetic operator. Enter arithmetic operator to perform arithmetic operation. OBJ contains what? Different type of arithmetic operators are there. 7 operators are there. I want to perform. What do you perform? Match case. Good. Match case. Match case of. What should I write it? OBJ dot. OBJ dot. OBJ dot. Simple. మీకు ఏం అర్థం కావట్లేదు అసలు because you are out of order, because you are not doing any programming. OP. OP contains what? Plus, minus, star, slash, etc. will be there. Pass. Next is called what here? Case. What is the symbol here? Minus. Say pass. Here, I'll write case. I'll write it what? Star. I'll say pass. I'll write the logic over there. Slash, I will write it. Pass. Next, I will write it here case double slash. Say pass. Now I am writing case and modulus. There I'll write pass. There I am writing case. Here I am writing exponentiation and say pass. I'll write case something like this, which is going to be known as what you know. It a default I will write it. Print of what? Your operator, or I can write is not an arithmetic operator. Is not an arithmetic operator. So dot the format of obj.op. obj.op. So there I need to write the logic. Here I will write the logic. Print, enter two values, two values. Of course, no need to write this. Directly I will write it. Print of sum of first value, comma, second value is equal to resultant. Dot format of obj dot a plus obj dot b, comma, obj dot a plus obj dot b. I am writing obj dot a, obj dot b, and next is what? Obj dot b. Obj dot a, comma, yes, comma, obj dot b, comma, obj dot a plus obj dot b. That's all. If it is a plus, next I'll go for what? Sub I will minus, I will go for it. Minus I am going to take it. Sub I will write it. Are you following me? So this I'll go for minus. Next I'll go for star slash. There I'm going to write it. So I'm going to write it. Here I'm going to write it. MUL I'm going to take it. MUL I'm going to take it. There I'm going to write it star. Star. Now I'm going to write it one more. One more I'm going to write it. So there I will write it. What is this now? DIV. Where is a single DIV? Not a problem. Floor DIV. Floor DIV is equal to double slash I will write it. Double slash I will write it. Similarly, I will write it. One more case I will take it. Here I will write it. Not an issue. There I am going to write it. Single slash I am writing. It is called what? DIV. There I am writing single slash written. And percentage I wrote it. There I am going to write it. This point I am going to. Modulo division I am writing. Modulo division I am writing. Modulo division. There I will say percent. Percent I will write it. And say pass like this. And do like this. Here I am going to write it. EXP, power of I am writing. Star star I will write it. The rest of them it will be like this. This is called calculator static method operations. Try to run this now. Try to run. Here I am going to take up syntax error. Where is the syntax error here? So syntax error where? Multiplication above. Where is the error? So print of obj.op, obj.op, invalid symbolic notation. Okay. Here there is some hidden value is available. There is something hidden that we did not see. Everything is perfect. Enter the value 10. Enter the value 2.3. Say plus. So you got plus operator. Enter the value called what 10.3 and 34.67. Say minus. You'll be getting the value called minus. Enter the value again, some 45 and say 4.6 and the symbol called like this. You are getting star operator. Enter the value called what 45. Enter the value called some 3. Enter the value called single slash. You are getting the value called like this. And you say the value called 10 and you say the value called some 3 and you say the single slash. You'll be getting like this. And you say the value called 10, you say the value called 3, double slash you say just a 3.0, that decimal place is trunked off. Now next is called some 10, next is called some 4, and say percent operator. You got some 2.0, 4 to the 8, remainder is called 2. And next you enter the value called 10, and you enter the value called 3, and you say star star, 10 to the power of 3 is called what? 1000. And you say something like one more thing, greater than symbol, you say, what is that greater than symbol? Could not convert string data. Okay, this is something different. I entered wrong. 10 I say, the 2 I will say, the symbol called what? Like this I entered. What is an operator? Greater than is not an arithmetic operator. Greater than is not an arithmetic operator. You got this type of thing. That's why it is going to be wrong. So you not only that, you say something like 10 to, and I'll say double greater than, or I'll say complement operator. So you'll get it is not a arithmetic operator. So this is going to be the simplest part of what? Static method. So irrespective of the class object data, with the static methods, we can perform the operation. Are you able to follow? So here you come to the point of it. Here I'm having oops here. One method I will take it. So classes here, types of method I will take it. Static method concept is available here. The static method concept I'm going to put it in your place. So instead of writing again, the purpose of static method is that to perform utility or universal operation. Any object data it can take. Class level method will take CLS. It will do the operation on same class object. Static instance will do what? Operation on the same object of the same class. But static will do what? Any object of any class it will do. That's why it is known as universal, also called utility. The syntax for defining static method is @static method, DEF, static method and name of list of formal params, if any, performs universal operation on the objects of any class. On any class, this will be done. So all the static methods in Python programming accessed by using which name? Class name you need to use it. I hope you are following me. These are the methods. So inside the class, go to the place, students. If I go to this place, you go to this place, 7 a.m. Syntax for opening the function, syntax for defining the method, syntax for defining the class. You observe it. Class name, class level data members, instance method you know how to define, class level method you know how to define, static method we know how to define. Are you following me? Now next we define later constructor will come. Let me tell you some more examples in the class. So class contains what? Data members of this many, methods of this many we completed. And inside the class still we discuss about constructor. That is the next class we will do it. In today's class, I'll tell you some more examples. Right? Open the notes. Online students, are you able to follow this example? So Lakshay is asking, can we use exceptions here also? My dear student, you can use exceptions here also. Look at that. If you want to use any exception, it doesn't mean that only in one place we can use it. Look at students. Try, all of you, observe it. Here we can use it. So that I need not to tell you, automatically you need to get the thought. What is this now? Except which error? Value error. So what I will say, I'll say \t. Don't enter ALNAMs, STRs and symbols. STRs and symbols. Try again. Try again in the sense you want to go back and want to accept again. You can accept again. You can accept. Simply I will write what there. What I will write it. Simply I will write it what? While true I will write it. While true I am writing. When I write while true, you do like this. You do like this. So if any exception is there, it will go on accepting. If no exception is there, I will write what? Else. I will simply say what? Break. This is the mechanism. This part already we discussed it. Right or not? So once there is an exception, those statements must be written in the block of try. Try to run this now again. Enter the value 10. Enter the value again. Here I am entering KVR. What is asking? Don't enter AL, NEMs, STRs and symbols. Try again. I'll say 10. I'll say 2x. Again, it is going to give you this data. And I'll say some dollar. And again, it is saying some data. 10 and what 4 and I am saying perform the symbol called star, which is going to be saying what? Multiplication 40. Perfect. Okay, Laksha, are you following me? Is it understandable? Zero division error also you can occur. Zero division also you can take care, because these are all called childhood answers. These are all called childhood answers. Where you will do that? Slash is there, for example. What is happening now? What is happening now? I will write it, because these are all childhood answers. Without practicing, if you ask me, there is no meaning of it. Except, what is this now? Zero division error. Zero division error. What is this now? Don't enter. I say, already explained. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Don't enter 0 for denominator. This is the one you can take up. Don't enter the 0 for denominator. That's all. You try to run this code. Now I'm going to say 10 and 0 and what is this? Slash. Don't enter 0 for denominator. These are all childhood days. Okay, Laksha, got it. Wherever there is an exception, you can write it. Right or not? Simple. Everywhere else you can write. Extraordinary coding I taught to you. You can use. Wherever there is an exception, you can use it. Understand? Fine. Exception handling, we already learned perfectly. And the only thing is, you have to have a regular practice of the subject. In this place also, you can write it. For double slash also, you can write it. Same to same. Right? You can write it. In this place also, you can write it. So except, what is the error? Value error. Same, value error, zero division error. Zero division error. There I will print this. Same to same. I will give the mechanism called like this. So you can write it. Say 100 and say 0. And operator is like this. And say don't enter 0 for denominator. You say the value called 100 and then say 2 and then say minus and you will get the answer. Understood? Simple. So now I will go for further. These are all called, we discussed already, exceptions. The way you practice nicely, you can use all sorts of concepts. There is no doubt in that. Right now, write a Python program, write a Python program which will accept, which will accept, which will accept student details from the keyboard, student details from the keyboard, and save the student details in, save the student details in, save the student details in, save the student details in student table, student table of Oracle database. Easy. So now I'm taking oops through database communication. How do you go for it now? I will take up. Look at students, all of you. Now I'm writing. Here I'm writing. Student or something like oops with Oracle database, Oracle DB, example.py, example.py. So here I'll take the class called what? Student. There I will do what? DEF, get what data? STUD data. There I will get the STUD data. Student data I will get it. Here what I am getting? Student number, student name, self dot what? Marks. Self dot marks is equal to float of what? Input of enter student marks. Enter student marks. These are the details I got it. With respect to that, what will happen? Main program, I will write it. Main program. What it is now? SO is equal to what? Student of, I say, print of whose data is called what here? Empty dot underscore dict. Then you call it as what? SO dot. What is this now? Get student data. After that, you print it. SO dot what? Underscore dict. Try to run this now. Empty number called like this. Something like Rajesh. There I will take it as 45.67. I got the data in the form of what? Dictionary. That data, today I want to go for what? Saving into the database. How do you do that? Sample data tested. This is the value tested. SO dot get student data. There I'm going to write it. DEF get student data. Get STUD data. SO dot define. Now, with this data, what is happening? We read the data. That data I want to save it into where? Database. So it's simply DEF save STUD data. STUD data of self. There I will write the PDBC code. PDBC code I will write it. So there I will call it. How do you call it now? SO dot get save. I will write it. Save student data. The moment when you say save student data, SO data is going to where? Self it is going. Self. It is going to self. Now I want to go for it. How do we do that? PDBC code. Already you know. Try and accept. What is that? I will take first of all import Oracle DB, Oracle DB as ORC alias name. First of all, Oracle DB is not there here. I need to go for what? Need to take care about it. So how we can take care this one? We are going to take up this entire data. How you can take? Go to this place and say main menu. I'm going to configure it. Do you know now? Yeah, settings. Go to this place. Your project name, Python interpreter. Go to this pip or what? Plus. Say double click on pip or single click on plus. At the time of doing pip or plus, your system should contain internet connection. Double click on it. Understand these things. So I'm going to take it Oracle DB, Oracle DB. So this is a Oracle DB third party module defined by this meant for that. Go for what? Install. Install the package. Install the package. Very simple. Pratik Gupta. Search screen is not visible. My dear student, check at your side. This is installed. Say OK and say OK here. And immediately this is installed. Are you following me? What I will do? ORC dot database error as DB print of what? Problem in Oracle DB. Oracle DB. What is that problem also captured by using the alias name? Now, ORC dot connect. ORC dot connect. Username in my system is system. Next is called what? Password in my system manager at the rate localhost and ORCL. Beautiful. CON is equal to ORC dot connect off. Got it. Cursor is equal to cursor connection dot cursor off. Cursor off. Okay. Done. Next, I want to go for what? Get executing the query. How to execute the query? COR dot insert of insert into that is called execute. I will say execute. What is my query? Insert query. What is the insert query need to prepare or not? Insert query is equal to insert into student values. First of all, you need to have the student name or database or not. Table must be there. This table must be there with you. values. I will write what values here. That is an important. So what are the values I will write it? Hmm. Come on. SOE is going to read the data already. That SOE is going to be available with whom? Self. I will write here. I will write percentage D, comma what? Single slash, single quotes, percentage S, single quotes N, and percentage F. This part I will say, this is getting closed. This is getting closed. I will write what? Percent of self dot SNO, comma, self dot name, name, S name, yes, name, S name. Beautiful. That's all. That's all. So if you are not interested to write it here, very easy. IQ you write it. Percent of this one you write it. Percent of this one you can write it. Anything is okay, no problem. IQ, this IQ, and you are mentioning this entire data for the same thing, right? Now I will go for what? Commit. CON dot what? Commit. Commit. Say here I will write it. Student record, student record saved, saved in database, student table, saved in student table, student table. That's all. So these are going to be the statements present into this place. So here Oracle DB, oops with this, and I need to go for calling like that. So ensure that in Oracle what must be there? Student table. Go to the Oracle here. Where is it? Somewhere else there is Oracle. Where is it? So was she here? Okay. So let us go to the place. Now I'm going to take it. All apps you take it. In the all apps it is there. Shortcut is not there. Oracle you go. Oracle DB. Under that we are having. So Oracle SQL plus. You try to go for entering into this. You go to this place. Here you try to go for it. There I'm saying here system. Next is called a manager. So it is going to be like this. DESC student. I'm checking whether it is there or not. So it is not there. Create. Create student of what I want to go for SNO. Number type. Number of 3. Next is primary key. If you want, you can write it. If you want primary key, you can write it. Name I am writing. What is this now? Varchar 2 of 10. Next is called what? Marks. Number of what I am writing, 6 comma 2 I am writing. So what happens? Okay, create a table name. Table is missing. Create a table name. Table created. DESC student. DESC student. 3 columns are there. Select star from student, which is not there. No rows are available. So I need to go for what? Student. Now I'm going to do insert into student values, this values, and then this values we got from the keyboard. And this is saved perfectly. So I hope that it is more clear. Try to run this now. Enter the student number, say 100. Next is called what? Student is called Ramesh and marks is called 33.33. Student data, student record saved in a table. Want to check it? Check it. Select star from, got it. Done. Execute one more time. One more time you want to execute. Go to this place. Say some 200. Say some name. KVR. I say like this. I'm entering. Record saved. Check it out. Select star from. Got it. This is comes under what? How to communicate with the database. The same thing, if you want, you can communicate with what? MySQL also. You want to do it, you can go to the place, you can do it with this. Here I am writing oops with MySQL. Oops with MySQL DB example dot. So go to this place. Here I'm going to write it. Carry this entire data. Carry this entire data once and try to do it. Here I'm writing. This you need not to write. So I will write it. Import MySQL dot connector. Connector. It is not there. So automatically this will be giving a problem connection. First of all, we will go for installing it. Online students, are you following me? Are you following this comfortably? Go to this place, go to the settings here, plus here I am writing MySQL, MySQL connector, MySQL hyphen connector. So there I am having MySQL hyphen connector is here that you need to install. That you need to install. So here install. It is installed successfully. One more also is there relative to that. It is a dependent one. Install that also. That also installed it. Close it. Say OK. Now done. I will go to what? MySQL. You open one students. MySQL command client. You try to open once. So run as an administrator. See this now. What is the password here? Root. Entered. Come on. Show databases. Show databases. So here databases are available. Batch 7 a.m. Use batch 7 a.m. So show tables. Show tables. So here you are having table. Student table is there. DESC. What is this now? Student. So here I am having number, name, and then marks only. So table is ready. Now go to this place, get the connection. Come on. What is this now? MySQL dot connector. I will write it. One thing I will write it here. One thing I will write it. Problem at MySQL DB. So there I will mention it. Come on to the point back. MySQL dot connector. Here I will remove. What is that? Here I will write it. Host is equal to 127.0.0.1, comma, what next? User is equal to what? Root, comma, what next? PSS, password, PA password, WD. What is the password also? Same. Next is called what? Database is equal to batch 7 a.m. 7 a.m. batch 7 a.m. Batch 7 a.m. So here if I look at, okay, batch 7 a.m. Okay. Now go to what? Cursor object, same. Insert into student values, same. I will go to this values which I got it. Say commit, connector, done. So save. Everything is same. So try to run this now. Try to run this now. Example. Enter the number here, something like 100. Say something like KV. I say 11.11. Record saved in a file. Go to this place and check it out. Select star from, select star from, select star from what? Student. Select star from student. Got the data. So another student. So Rajkumar is asking his name. You want to get it. So see here 200. Rajkumar. Rajkumar. Say something like 44.44 student data saved in a table. Go to that. Here it is going to be called Rajkumar. Are you following me? So online students, am I clear about it? So this is about whenever you want, whatever the code you want, you can happily calculate with respect to what? Oops. Every program of our functional programming, you can rewrite by using what? Oops. But oops, if you want to write, you must have continuous practice. You have to understand self-related thing. Understood? Right. One more example, a small example I want to go for it. Factorial of a number, how to calculate with oops, for example. Small example to go for it. Now I'm going to take it. Final example. So fact, fact, example 1 dot what? Py. Py. So I'm going to take up. What I will do? Plus factorial I am going to see. So here this is called factorial. So now I'm going to take it. Factorial is my class name. Factorial is my class name. What my sir said, class is a collection of data members and methods. What is the data member I need to read? N. Where is my result I want to take it? F. And what are the functions I want to take? Get value. Next, calculate, fact cal, and myself will take so many methods. And display. Three methods I am going to take it. Everything you can do in one place only. Let us take more number of functions. Explore your intelligence in the subject of oops. Now I need to write. So numbers, this everything I need to take. Plus factorial, factorial, yes, DE of get, get n, simply get n, get the value of n. I'm taking there. What you will do? Self dot n is equal to input of, int of, input of, enter, 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 integer value for calculating factorial, for calculating factorial. Okay, now I'm writing. What is this value can be? This value can be either, they will enter some alphanumeric value also. That time what I will do? I'll say what? Try, try. And what you can say? Except, except, what is this now? Value error. These are all things known to you that you can easily write it. Backslash team. Don't enter. Don't enter. ALNUMs, STRs, comma what? Symbols. Symbols for interdata. Interdata. You want to try again? You can try again. If the value is entered properly, you will say simply else and you can say what? Break. If you want to try again, you can say happily what? While true. These are all called childhood days programming. I taught you most wonderful coding when you practiced it. If you did not practice so far, we are helpless. So that's why always try to compare with everything. So here we are going to get it like this. If this is the case, it will go once again back. If you enter properly, it will go to where? Break. Come out of this while loop. Next, what is happening? Next, what is happening? Go to the another function. What is the next function? DE of cal factor. Calculate factorial. What should I do in calculating factorial? Calculating factorial. Coming to the point of it. So, come on, Mohammed. So not able to see the screen. Screen is very clear. Screen is very clear. I'm checking here. Preview is available. Screen is very clear. Take care by yourself. Calc of what is the now calculation of factorial? Tell me. The factorial value can be negative also. If the factorial value is negative, what you will do? Will say invalid input or not. So I'm going to take check if self dot n, if self dot n less than what? 0. Say what is this? What is this? No factorial for, no factorial for what? Negative values. No factorial for what? Negative values. Okay. Now I'm going to write it else. In the else part, what I'm going to do it? I'll write the logic for factorial. F is equal to what now? 1. For I in range of 1 comma self dot what? N. Self dot n. N self dot n plus 1. What should I do? F star is equal to F star is equal to what? I. F star is equal to I. What is the star equal to? Shorthand star operator. Shorthand star operator. which is going to be calculating the factorial. What is happening? L spot. In the L spot, what I will do? I'll print factorial of, factorial of, factorial of, factorial of. I'll say like this is equal to dot format of, I will write n self dot n comma f, I will write it. Self dot n comma like this, I'll write it. Coming to the main program, simple main program I am coming. What is the main program data? There I am going to write it. FO is equal to, what is this now? Factorial of FO dot what data? Get n, get n. FO dot what next? Cal fact. That's all. Simple. I will define by myself. I'll call from wherever I like it. Execute. Enter the value here -4. No factorial value for negative value. Faster. KVR. So here don't enter that value. Exception. Enter the integer value for factorial. 2x. Same exception. And 3.4. Exception. 3.4 also not taking. That is also considered as symbolic notation only. I'll say something like 4. Factorial is equal to 4, 24. Beautiful. This is a subject. I say something like, 7. So got the answer like this. Understood? Beautiful. So if you want, this is the subject of it. This is the subject of it. Here we are getting the value like this. If you want to return the value also, you can return. If you want, you can return the value also, you can return. How do you return the value here? How do you return the value? And these are the ways and means. Let this value, one more example I will tell you. That these are all called, if you have very programmatic knowledge previously, this is dead easy. Fact example 2.py. Calculate this result. Here I am going to write it. Beautiful. Here, cal factor. Here don't print, simply return. Return off. What is the value returning? str type. Here I am going to return. What I am going to return? Simply return. What? Self dot n comma f. Self dot n comma f. A return statement can return one or more number of values. Two values returning. So cal fact is getting what? res. res. So res is going to contain what? Two values will present. One is str type. One is str type. One more is called what? Two values are coming to res. What is the type of res? Tuple. In this case, it is a tuple. In this case, it is what type? str. str. చూసుకోండి ఇక్కడ. Already explained in the functions only. Every type value is printed. res comma type of res. Now, once you know coding well, once you practiced previous programming well, see that now I am saying something like -5. What is the type? str. You enter the data called what? 5. Simply called 5 comma 20, 120 couple. Already where we discussed in approach number 4. Here, how do you print the data then? How do you print the data then? If type of what? res. If type of res is equal to what? Is equal to what here? str. You print what now? Simply res. Else you print it. Else you print it. Print of what? Factorial. Factorial of like this is equal to like this. Dot format of what? res of 0 comma res of 1. What is the res of 0? Contains original value. Res of 1 is containing the result. Super. Enter the value called 6. Perfect. Programming at ala undali. When I given a code, 24 hours waiting, what is next? What is next? Not like that. Yesterday, one of my relative came to my home, completed BTech 2 years back. 2 years back completed. And learning all courses which are present in the world. All courses. Python also completed. C language, C++, Java, .NET, testing tools, everything completed. Everything completed. And yesterday came along with the father and mother. And father is asking, we want our child to get son. Son means father like very well. Because there is an investment on the son. So what happens? Immediately we want a job to our son. Now I just by looking at the candidate, I can decide what is his talent. How much salary you want to your son, your close relative, and the son don't know that I'm in computer science field. He don't know. So his parent is saying minimum 50,000 and 6 lakhs per annum, 6 LPA. So first you need to have the talent or not. So your son is having that much talent. So he said, he's very good, he said. Did so many courses. So now I have said to me, there is a paper is there. Paper is there, pen is there. I gave a pen and paper to that guy. I asked, which language you know well? He is looking seriously to me. Easy knows any subject. You don't know that I am in computer science. He's thinking that I am in some intermediate college, some lecturer is thinking. He know that, but he don't know that these things he don't know. So he said, C language, C language. So I said, write a C program for addition of two numbers. Write a C program for addition of two numbers. Then I said, give it. So he has taken immediately and writing what hash include stdiver.h, hash include conio.h, hash include math.h, written three things written. Because in college also they will write like that only. Tondaraga, hash include, they will write. And the father is feeling very happy because he's writing now. Next, main written. Main. How is written main? Main. MAIN like this. It will not execute. Capital M it will not execute. ఇది రాయడంలోనే నాకు తెలిసిపోయింది. I understand his talent by writing like this. Either completely layman, it don't know anything. So, okay, main రాశాడు. He wrote a main and thinking like this written, main written like that, and semicolon also given. Semicolon also given. Even a layman also will write the opening bracket and closing bracket, correct or not? If I train a student, what is this? Int main, int of argc, star argc, comma, char star argv, char star argv. Nobody knows what is the meaning of this entire thing, including you also. Including you all, because no faculty will tell this. Actually, they will explain what? Int main, of like this. Open the bracket, close the bracket only, they will explain. They don't explain the parameters which are taken by the functions. అందుకనే చదువు రాదనేది. అందుకనే దట్స్ వై పీపుల్ విల్ సే డోంట్ నో సబ్జెక్ట్. చదువు ఎందుకు రాదంటే టీచర్ మొద్దు కాబట్టి. వై subject is not there? Because you trained under the moddu teachers, blunt teachers. That's why subject is not coming. Okay. Anyhow, you put that and we are talking. And the father is waiting. After 2 minutes, asked, hash include, is happy. Writing now. What is writing? Father don't know. Father is working some other job, working in some government job. Not at all related to this. Some road and buildings he is working on. So this guy is writing. Half an hour over. Half an hour over. 45 minutes over. Then I observed the father face feelings. Then he's looking at that only. I'm talking in some other issues, some other thing, something relatives and all. He's not listening. He's looking at his paper. Main only. Main. Main is also gone. Not writing. I have laptop also. Actually, I'm working with a laptop. They came. I have laptop also. I said, would you like to do in laptop? He's saying, no, he's saying. Paper only giving 24 errors. When you type in the laptop, 35 errors will come. And finally, because that father is very close to me in the sense he's my relative, and I made some. Is your son require 50,000? And actually, they have seen recently marriage proposal also for this guy who don't know Sri language, and the girl will suffer a lot first of all. So he said that also before this. After the job, somebody, my relative, that person name he said. Actually, she is an intelligent girl. He don't know main also. Main also don't know. Recently purchased a car also for this guy. I10, Hyundai i10 Neos, small car, for going to office. Which office he will go? Main function don't know. So finally what happens? Addition of two numbers don't know. Then I said immediately, he don't know anything, I said. Huh? Like that. Father asked son, really? Don't know anything? I opened laptop also. I shown him. I written a code and I shown him. He said, okay, you have seen now? Right. Father said, you have seen now what is written? You write again, he said. Write again. Not writing. Again, he want to see. I shown it, closed it. Shown it, closed it. Like this. Seen. I closed it. Again opened. Again closed. Like I played with him. Don't know. Don't know anything. Then see what is happening. What happens now? What is happening finally? He did not write. Now next question. He asked one more question. You ask one more question. How many arithmetic operators are there in C language? Arithmetic operators. He is asking. Arithmetic means he is asking. Arithmetic means? I said nothing. I said nothing. Arithmetic operators also don't know. And it all courses which are there in the software field. What he will do? I asked, do you know Python? He is asking me slowly. మీకు పైథాన్ తెలుసా అంటున్నాను నేను. I said, I don't know. I said. So I asked a question. What is pickling? Jump. He went off. Seriously, he went off from my home. So mother called him. Come. Later he came. And the father said, now what to do with this guy? Because I used to call him as uncle because I heard some lot of joke with him. So finally I said, what to do with this guy? What to do? Spend a lot of money on various courses. For learning Python, he spent almost 44,000, 44,000 for Python, HTML, Django, 44,000 from one online portal from Bangalore. Don't know anything, nothing. They complete everything in 45 days. Everything in 45 days they completed. Then what is the use? Students, think about it. That's why during studies time, you should be careful enough. With lazy, with that to this, if you do any extra activities, that is the situation. Only one son, one elder sister is there, married. She is also software field. She is working on testing. And this guy don't know anything. So how many days he will survive with the father earnings? Correct or not? They need to do something now. And to repair this guy, it takes a lot of time. Because you know all of them, but you don't know anything else. If it is a fresh mind, we can put something completely. You know all of them, but you don't know anything. A very danger. So like that situation is. That's why you bring any candidate, ask the questions out of order. So what to do? If you come for an interview, you come to face an interview with me. Do you know one proposal which I kept? I didn't say the proposal. Huh? Okay, tomorrow I will tell you. So every student has to undergo one interview with me. When the before the course is completing, you have to face one interview with me. Okay, I'll ask all the questions. That will be taken video also. We'll put it into the social media. Okay, will you face it? Right. So you need to read the complete subject. We will sit together and I will take the interview. Subject I will ask. Okay, now will you face an interview? System test also, will you do it? Okay, good. So, okay, students, online students, this part I will take up. And yes, Anil, it makes us more enthusiasm, sir. Yes. So, Pushpalata says yes, sir. So, tomorrow I will tell you how I will take it. Uh, Dikshavi. So, can we define static method in existing class itself instead of creating a separate class for static method? So, static method is called what? You can define in the same class, no problem, but it will not do the same class operation. It will do any other class objects, it will take as a parameter. So actually, according to the industry says that define a static method separately, right or not? That is the better for readability purpose and all. Dikshavi, okay? So I'll stop the class and the next class, tomorrow class will go for what? Constructors I will explain. In the class only constructors I am going to discuss. See, class will take how many days? Correct or not? Tomorrow I am going to talk about what? Constructors. Don't miss the class. Thank you. All the best. Online students, I hope there is no doubts for you.